Good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. Glad to be with you this morning. Every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on our YouTube channel. It is Tuesday, August 20th, 2024. Let's go ahead and get started on the day. Dow futures are down 32 points. NASDAQ's down about 9 points. S&P is flat at 5630. The Russell is at 2178, up 0.08%. If you guys caught the podcast yesterday, kind of previewed the overnight action. We did get a pop on NASDAQ overnight, but we pulled back as well. So let me get that number real quick on exactly where we got as high to. We got as high as 19,931. We are now at 19,850. So right around 80 points from the peak of overnight action. So I didn't trade this, but we did some futures trading overnight and we get stopped, I think, for like a minor loss, but very choppy overnight. I thought we would get a little bit of action. I thought maybe Asia would come in a little heavier on the buying, but as of right now, seems about pretty muted at the moment. What's standing out to me is what's going to happen today, or what is possibly going to happen today. We are now at a 7 in a row green streak for the S&P 500, or excuse me, 8 in a row, 8 sessions in a row that the S&P has been green. If we get one more day, meaning today, that'll be 9 in a row. That will be the first time that has happened since 2004. Pretty important stuff if we can get there. So that's where we are, again, flat at the moment. Dollar index, again, yesterday took a real big hit, got hammered, 101.68. It's down again, down 0.20%. So it seems like the dollar is getting ready to kind of brace itself for these rate cuts that are, I guess, pretty much baked in at the moment for September. But now the call is, do we get 50 basis points or 25? Volatility index, 1503. That is up about 2.5% this morning. Crude oil continues to fall, even with the dollar coming down. That's really interesting. 73.48, down about a quarter point. Gasoline down about a quarter point. $2.25 a gallon. And we're in the summer driving season. Imagine how much gasoline has fallen so recently, especially in seasonality. You think that's an accident? Come on. It's election season, of course. This usually happens then. Gas prices in election season tend to fall because production gets to go higher. Nothing new. Gold futures, 25.64. That is a new all-time high, up about another 1% on futures for gold. Again, that's a response to the dollar. We like gold higher. Obviously, we've traded it many times, but again, it's still the same thesis. Lower rates, lower dollar, lower inflation. Check, check, check so far. And we're in the right trades right now. Silver futures are up nearly 2% this morning, 29.87. Copper up 0.38%. And again, commodities are going to go higher. Obviously, not oil, apparently, because the dollar is going down, because these commodities are priced in dollars. In terms of Forex land, anything that stands out, 130.30 for the pound dollar. That's up 41 pips. Euro dollar is up 110.96. And dollar again, 146.17. That's down 43 pips. Bitcoin is up 2.64%. Interesting. We had a spike last night. I was looking for the news and I didn't see anything that stood out. 60,765 for Bitcoin. We're back above 60. That's great to see. And Ethereum at 2652, up 1.38%. I still expect Bitcoin to hit new all-time highs by the end of the year, and the rate cuts will accelerate that, just for the simple fact that the dollar is going to go down. So gold right now, yes, we are at a new all-time high, but it's got probably some extra room to go, guys. And it's really because of right here. All right. Let's answer some questions this morning. Good morning. SPY levels. Let's do it. Sent out a SPY trade for Masterclass yesterday. The 560 calls for this week. We are now at 559.45. Moved rather quickly. Again, S&P is flat. So the next target is right around 561.44 on SPY. I mean, you're pretty much near all-time highs of 560, 516. But the 161.8 fib level, you can see from the lows of October 2022 to where we are, we broke above that 161.8 fib extension. And if you want to go even higher to a 261.8 fib extension, you got 693.35. Yeah, then everyone gets rich. I would like that. Absolutely. 565.16 again. That's the recent all-time highs. Let's see. We don't have a gap. Do we have a gap to fill? Do we? Ah, shoot. Let me see if I can get this. I think there is a gap to fill on the daily. I just want to make sure. I mean, that'd be nice. Right there. 561.95. Oh, so we do have a daily gap. Great. Well, I guess those are going to hit. So I do expect stocks to move higher. Even the almanac, stock market almanac, I talked about that on Sunday's video. That the green days, historically speaking, is going to be Monday, yesterday, which it was, and Wednesday. We'll see. But we do have a gap to fill on SPY at 562.09. I'm in the 560 call, so let's see if we get that today, maybe in the money. Let's see. Good morning. See calls and levels. This is Citibank. I think we posted that on the watch list. Let me get that for you here. This was on the free market watch list on our live market blog over the weekend. That was the Citibank setup. So many things that we post, but again, you're always informed here. Here we go, finally. Citibank. Citibank on its way back to test bullish trend line of the year with continuation above last week's 61.50 high. We will target 64 and play the calls accordingly. A break below 60 would negate the bullish thesis on Citibanks and the banks. Well, at least Citibank. As of right now, we do need to get above, 61.50. We were there overnight and we got there at the close. So let's break here, 62.12. And if we get there, did we fill that gap yet? We just filled that gap. Excellent. So let's actually move it just slightly above that 50-day. So let's move it now to 62.25. All right. Target 64. Right here. See that green line? That's been your sense of resistance and sense of support that was broken down from the July fall in financials, probably due to the earnings. But 64.04, that's the main target. If you can get above 62.25, you still have that 50-day moving average right there. And you already filled this gap. So just a heads up. And you also have a gap to fill to the downside. We'll see if we get that break today. Morning, Carlos says the S&P 500 get rebalanced. And when does it get rebalanced? I'd have to look that up exactly the day. You know what? Trusty ChatGPT will help. I have it on my phone. When does the S&P 500 rebalance next? All right. Let's see if I can get this answer. Because I don't know on the top of my head. My apologies. Thoughts on Palantir join? That'd be great. I think a lot of Palantir bulls have been waiting for that. Again, there's no real confirmation that it will. Nothing's guaranteed, but I think they fit the bill, being profitable, of course. The next rebalance is scheduled to take effect at the close of Friday, September 15th. This is part of the quarterly rebalancing schedule that occurs the third Friday of March, June, September, and December. All right. Let's see. Good morning, SOXX. That is, I'm assuming the 2X leveraged ETF for the semiconductors. And semiconductors have done well. Obviously, NVIDIA had a great day yesterday. Get above 240. Okay, you got to get above 240. That was the peak from March. We rejected. We'll use that as our breakout point. Gets you above the 50-day, and you have a gap to fill at 257. That's your best setup on SOXX, which is the leveraged ETF for semiconductors, by the way. I don't know if it's 2X or 3X. Pinterest now filled the gap here. Got to get above the 20 at least at 32.40, and then you have a little more juice to 36. That is very dependent of if interest rates go down. Pinterest definitely benefits from a lower 10-year treasury yield, cheaper to borrow, okay? So let's hope that we continue to fall on yields so we get that tailwind on Pinterest, but still needs a little more, 32, 36 at least, about another 40 cents. That's close to triple witching. Yeah, it seems to be scheduled around that way. The triple witching and the OPEX accordingly when you have the rebalancing. Now, again, there's a difference between S&P rebalancing and then rebalancing amongst hedge funds or mutual funds. Usually at the end of the month, you get a difference in buying of bonds and stocks because they're trying to keep that 60-40 split depending on the strategy. Ray Dalio talks about that in his books. That is just the rebalancing in terms of what their portfolio is and what they're trying to do. So at the end, let's say of March, and stocks went up big time, they got to sell some and bring up the bond holdings a little more. So there's rebalancing pretty much every month market wide. But this one is just for the indexes, the S&P 500 SPY, for example. If Palantir goes on there, that'd be great. I remember when Tesla was included in the S&P 500 and how much that went higher. It was a big deal. Big deal. All right, I think that's all we got for right now. Looks like the Nasdaq is pulling back a little bit here. Anything to be concerned of? Well, I talked about this on the podcast. If we continue to fall maybe below 800, we'll see. You got set. What is this here? 19,968 or 19,700. Resistance becomes support. If we get a retest here, we'll just bounce from 700, and that'd be a really good thing. So a retest is not the worst thing in the world. Let's see if we can catch it. If we can get below 800, kind of a scalp there, but we'll try our best. All right. Microsoft, one more. Microsoft, possible double top on the 1 hour. Again, I'm being extremely scalper here. Possible double top. So let's get a break of 423.04, 423. Let me get this. 423 is 27. Let's just say we'll break that and get to 434.03. You could do the 435 calls. Just buy yourself some time. And that's it. That's your 50-day. I think that's exactly where we're going to go to. So that's a great setup. Remember this little cloud here? Perfect bounce off that trend line. Sometimes the technicals are textbook. So nice, but not all the time. And Tesla. Oh, one more. Yeah, Tesla we traded yesterday. 224.78 continuing to go higher. I still got 236 as the target, but we traded it yesterday and did very well. So let's see if Tesla has a little more juice, if anyone's holding those runners. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your morning. I will catch you guys on the server for our market talk, market watch, play-by-play commentary on the Discord server. If you want to join, the information is scrolled at the bottom of your screen currently. It's a lot of stuff here. Poll time. Where will the markets go today? I'm going to vote bullish. 4 out of 4 agree with me. That's always nice. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys later for the podcast. Cheers.